Hello folks, Mia here. I'm here today to present a little informative video. Not begging for anything, but just kind of maybe subconsciously inspiring action, hopefully. The topic today is why keeping the ban is important. Now, for those of you who don't know what the ban is, it is the Hunting Act in the UK that bans the hunting of the UK's mammals with dogs. Sounds like it should be something that should be kept, right? All you animal people out there, come on, right? And even decent people, right? Anyway, no, they're thinking of repealing it. And that's just stupid in my opinion. I'm just going to say it straight up, it's stupid. Because there are at least 3 reasons that I've written that the keeping this ban is important. So I'm going to present those to you one by one, and the first one is number 1, simple enough, it protects the UK's most innocent animals. Now when we're talking about this hunting, and we're talking about foxes, hares, deer, things that really don't hurt humans that much, or that often, you know? I mean, maybe there's the rare case of someone biting someone, but you know, oftentimes a human will cause that, in my opinion anyway. Maybe, I don't know. But the protection of those who don't have a voice is one that's extremely important to me. Because you're gonna run around killing animals to protect finances or to protect tradition. You know, that's just not right. So that's the simple answer. Number 2 here follows along with number 1, but really kind of adds to it in that, you know, maybe if the UK keeps this and this whole episode is seen all over the world, which is why I'm doing it here in the USA, then perhaps the rest of the world will follow. Not making promises, but perhaps the rest of the world will follow. Starting, I would hope, with industrialized nations. Of course, the word industrialized is kind of ambiguous and kind of arbitrary, but I'm talking about places that aren't run by, how should I say this? I'm talking about non-third world countries. I'm talking about places like the US and the UK and most of Europe. Places that other places look up to. Not saying that the third world countries are inferior, just saying that we should be the ones leading the way. Okay, with that being said, we want to move on to number 3. It challenges archaic ideas about everything. Because let's be honest, a lot of these people who are voting against the Hunting Act, or would be voting against a repeal, or voting against the Hunting Act and voting for a repeal, they're pretty archaic-minded, in my opinion. Not necessarily stupid, just saying that they're very tradition-based, or they're just set in their old ways. Well, you know, Brian May kind of eloquently explains on Facebook, so I'll just summarize. Traditions are just dirty words when it comes to whether they're done wrong or right, when it comes to, you know, it's just going to challenge ideas. We need to challenge these ideas because, you know, it reminds me of human rights, women's rights, you know, racial rights, most recently LGBTQ rights. You know, if we didn't challenge those archaic ideas, we wouldn't be where we are today. And we still have things we need to fix, don't get me wrong. But, you know, that's the big thing for me. It challenges those archaic ideas. So what I'm going to offer you, lazy people like me, is this hashtag here. It's called Keep the Ban. Can everyone read that? Keep the ban. If you can't read it, it's spelled, it's hashtag Keeptheban. I want you to start using this, if you can't do anything else, on Twitter, on Facebook, even on YouTube. I really don't care. Social media needs to make a difference now, as of Hero Mindset, and it's a big thing. And I just wanted to present this to you, make the arguments. If you don't like them, I suppose you don't like them, but I think it's important. I'm trying to make my case. That's my case. Thanks, guys.